are you? What do you do?
I'm Solo Celo. I'm a music artist from Chicago, and yeah, I just make like smashes. I don't know.
How would you describe your music to someone who hasn't heard it before?
I'd say it's like alternative rap, something more musical, something more hook driven, but still like just as lyrical, just as hard, just as energetic.
Okay, and you recently dropped an EP?
Yes, Get a Job is out everywhere. It's been crazy. Like I feel like I'm Solo. I made like over a year ago now, and just like songs like that being on the project just shows like how long kind of this has been like in the works. Maybe like it's been under different names at some point, but like the fact that this kind of project has been in development for so long, I'm just like so glad that it's out now, you know?
Yeah, 100%. I was listening to it on my way in today,
Dope.
and the track list, at least from like when I first discovered your music to now, it kind of serves as like a little timeline, like the way that the track list, because I'm Solo is the last song, and then it kind of builds up to the most recent song you've been putting out, which is Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Is that purposeful?
Yeah, I mean, I think I just I wanted to organize it in a way where like the familiar songs were, it wasn't like annoying when they came on because you've heard them before, but they were still included because they're still very much like a part of the story. So yeah, like Happy Ever After and Losing Sleep being in the middle, and then I'm Solo being at the end is kind of like showing people that I'm just trying to put like a button on that era. You know what I mean? Like the on the come up bedroom era. Like, you know, we did that, and now it's like, what's next? How do we keep growing?
Like you're still Solo, but you're slowly getting to your full self. I love that. And so the name of it is Get a Job.
Yeah.
And the artwork is fire.
Thank you.
I saw when you were like shooting it on your story when you posted it,
Yeah.
and then it came out, and it's like there's a lot going on in the artwork. So I got it pulled up right here. We'll pop it up on the screen for those watching, but can you give us a breakdown of like the inspiration, what's going on, like the symbolism behind some of this?
Yeah, well, I took some inspo from like that Simpsons kind of shot of like Bart kind of getting in trouble in school and like having to write whatever he had to write on the board, like I will not talk or whatever. And it kind of like made me remember like, you know, those old school kind of punishments, like when you would talk in class or like do too much. And I wanted to kind of bring that energy to this cover. Get a Job is from the lyric in I'm Solo. Like they try to tell me get a job and pick a realistic goal. So again, like an homage to that song, kind of trying to put a button on that era. I just wanted to show that snapshot of like that school or that work environment where people are telling you, maybe not even in a malicious way, but just like just in case if it doesn't work out, or just in case just get a job, you know, like
go to school, have a plan B.
Yeah, have a plan B, because if it doesn't work out, you don't want to be, you know, whatever. And I just feel like, you know, even if it's not malicious, even if they feel like they're being like a good friend or whatever, it's like that's the type of stuff that really discourages people.
100%.
And so, yeah, I think that's really just what I wanted to talk about, was just that like that environment where that type of conversation would happen.
And you being the teacher, is there any symbolism behind that?
No, I was just like I wanted to be incorporated somehow, and obviously, you know, I'm not a 8-year-old little boy, but yeah, I wanted to you know, participate artistically somehow, and we were able to get it done. Shout out Sean, my manager, that's like his little brother. Board there, and then his friend in the black hoodie, and then his little brother again. It's actually Photoshop.
On the phone behind the textbook.
Yeah,
Love that.
Crazy.
Love the little Easter egg. So, what is your personal favorite song off the project?
Man, that's crazy. I mean, I feel like every song is important to me for different reasons. I would probably say I'm Solo is my favorite song because it's the most personal one and the one that really kicked everything off for me. I love Happy Ever After because of how like versatile it is. It has like that alternative rock kind of inspiration behind it, and that you can clearly hear it, but it doesn't sound like I'm biting anyone. So I love that song too, and that also did very well. And then Dinosaur is like, it's just lit. Like I don't know,
it's
like
fun.
Dinosaur. Like I've made a lot of music recently that is about something, and it's very important for me to make songs that are about very specific things, emotions, situations. And Dinosaur is that. It's about a turning point. It's about, everything 180, things changing, but also just the fact that it's just lit. Like, I like it. So, yeah, I'll go with I'm Solo just for the sentimental value, but besides that, I think Dinosaur.
So let's talk about your TikTok approach, because from what I've seen, you've approached TikTok in one of the best ways possible. Even before, like in the little pre-production segment we were talking about, you got up to like 10 TikToks a day.
Yeah, I was tweaking.
That's insane.
I
Like,
was tweaking.
there's some artists out there who are putting out 1, 2, which is still amazing.
Still good, yeah.
Still amazing. The consistency is what's more important. But what would you say to an artist who is maybe just getting on TikTok today and kind of feels like maybe it's oversaturated, maybe, how do I approach things when everything's been done?
Everything has not been done.
Sure.
There's always more.
Mm-hmm.
There's always more. I mean, I would say to any like artists that are kind of wondering what they can do, what type of content you guys want to make, look at your favorite artists. Look at the type of content that they're putting out, even if they're not making TikTok content. If the music videos that they're making, the type of vlogs that they're making, the type of BTS, draw inspiration from that and then put that in your short form content. It's just the world that we're in right now. You're not gonna like get discovered singing on the train.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I don't know what type of like fairy tale like industry like story that is, but like that would be really dope. But I feel like I wish there was a TikTok when I was like 16, 15,
Mm-hmm.
16, just starting out making music. And so because that there is now, I feel like, you can have a Billboard hit from your bedroom because of a video that you make. So why not make 10 a day?
Right.
If that's too much, make 8, make 6, make 5, make 1. But at the end of the day, if you're not like working every day towards your goals, then do you even really want it?
When you say like type of content that artists should be making, do you think it's important for artists to specifically stay in the niche of music and like putting on their music, or do you think there's also value in like expanding who they are as a person and like letting people in to see what their hobbies are? Like if they go and they play basketball or they do sports or they skate or whatever, or they podcast maybe, something of that nature. Do you think it's encouraged to kind of expand your horizons, or do you think it's more important to stay as a music artist and put yourself on that way?
I would say just do whatever you want. You know what I mean? I think like that's the best thing you can do is just do whatever you want. Like when you're making content, I don't feel like an artist should overthink like what's right or wrong, because I just feel like that and then it just becomes inauthentic. Like when I first started making content, I was just making skits, like just pure skits, not even music related. And I thought that was the right thing to do because I had a ton of influencer friends that were like going crazy viral just off skits and like funny videos. And I had some videos like go off on TikTok, but I turned a corner one day. Like I was talking to my now manager, Sean Cohen, and he was just like, bro, why are you making skits? Like, make music content. Like, you're a musician. I was like, duh, like, I'm an idiot. So I started making, like, the tutorials and stuff because that was, like, the most natural thing. I saw other people doing tutorials, but they weren't doing it in a way that was, like, very personal to me, or at least it wasn't connecting to me specifically.
Right.
So I wanted to do it in a way that was more accessible. Like, this is how you mix. Whatever, like it wasn't like a big technical explanation. It was like, this is what I did, this is how I mixed this song, blah, blah. And it turned into like this huge thing now. And so like, yeah, just do whatever you want, whatever feels most natural. And I feel like that's gonna come off as most authentic, and that's all people want nowadays, is like something that's real. All this fucking media and influencers and celebrities and everything, like we know it's an industry, we know there's like a layer of it that's like fake. So like as long as people feel like something is real in the content that you're creating, they'll gravitate towards it.
Let me think. I think I just have 2 more quick questions for you, like rapid fire. Who would be your dream feature, dead or
Dream feature, dead or alive? Wow. Dream feature, dead or alive? Okay, so alive, I would just like love to do something with Uzi. Like I just feel like that would be such a huge full circle moment. Yeah. I mean, I mentioned him multiple times in the interview. Like I just think like the way he approaches music is so like outside the box, and it's always been that. It's like ever since, even before like Money Longer and all that stuff. Like, yeah, he's just an insane guy. And then like Dead, I don't know, like X was crazy. Yeah, X
and Uzi.
Yeah.
Those are great choices.
Yeah. Or Juice WRLD.
Oh man, Back to the heart.
Yeah.
Killing me.
Man, I might have to take Juice just because he's from the crib. Yeah.
Yeah, you're from Chicago. How could you not say Juice first?
I know, I'm tweaking out. No, yeah, I'll Juice and Uzi, for sure. I think, yeah, just like created their own waves respectfully, and yeah, just carved a whole new lane for people to fill in. You know what I mean? How many people sounded like Uzi when Uzi first came out? How many people sounded like Juice? Endless. Yeah, it was crazy. Like
Still to this day.
to this day.
Yeah. And then last question, do you want to put any of the people watching onto your favorite spot in Chicago?
Oh, yeah. If you like are leaving somewhere very late in the evening and you want to get some good ass pancakes, go to Griddle 24.
All right.
Griddle 24 is crazy. Or go to White Palace if you're like want to go to White Palace. I'm Solo Celo and I'm tapping in at 1:37 p.m. Let's get it.